Hi, everybody. It's so good. I guess I can't see you, but I know you're there. So we're going to have a fun, powerful, immune system boosting practice. And what you'll need for this, everybody, is one blanket, one belt, and one block. So I'm going to give you a minute just to procure your gear. And you'll also want to have your yoga mat too. And if you can set up by a piece of wall, do that. Because then we can do some nice shoulder stretches. And if you wanted to go upside down, it's always nice to have the wall there. So, now, if you would, everybody, could you take your blanket? Yoga studio fold is like this. So I'm not sure how yours is folded, but anything will work. I wanted to start with a nice long calf stretch. So if you could take this blanket and place this at the front edge of your mat, have you noticed that I just set it right on the mat, just like that? Now, I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to roll the blanket up into the mat. And as you will see, that makes a very big jelly roll. From here, everybody, we're going to do a nice long calf stretch. So bringing the forefoot on the blanket roll and letting your heels ground down. Boy, and just pausing there. And then begin to notice right side, left side. Just begin to notice. As soon as I get on this thing, I immediately just find myself starting to move into it a little bit. The tighter side pushes you to the other. So what you want to do is bend your knees just a little bit. Just bend your knees a little bit. Engage your lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. And then press a little bit right, press a little bit left. Just kind of play with this a little bit. And class, I'm watching the clock because we want to do this for at least 3 minutes, which means you've got 2 more minutes. As you're here in this beautiful calf stretcher, you can stay right here standing, which is superb. Or if you want, you can take Uttanasana. You can interlace your hands behind your back, reach your arms up and over. All sorts of fun things. But if you're okay, stay in there for another bit of time. Whether you're standing or forward bend. And if you've had enough of the forward bend, then you just come up, you come off, you know what I mean? You come back up standing. So as you're there, take time to ground. It's a powerful time right now. And a calf stretch every day is a good way to get things moving. In Asian medicine, opening up the calves, you start to open up the whole back body. You're opening up the urinary bladder meridian, which helps to harmonize hormones, which helps to soothe emotions, helps to build backbone. Opening up the calf helps to harmonize elimination. Some of the best acupoints for constipation are in the calves. So, what time is it? 1 more minute. So as you're working your long calf stretch, you're really working a lot of things. Fluid balance, hormone balance, working the acupoints for strong backbone. Also, being in the urinary bladder meridian, it's also harmonizing, or I would say transforming fear into courage. So a calf stretch kind of just builds backbone. Okay, almost there, 30 more seconds. So if you've had enough of that forward bend, if you're down there, you can come up back to standing, which is so good, isn't it? Isn't it just so good? Good calf stretch. Almost there, but noticing, even allowing your eyes to close. Probably one of the most important things we can really work on right now is being more alive, awake in the inner body. The more awake we are and alive we are in the inner body, the inner energy field, the stronger our immune system, the calmer the mind. It actually nourishes every organ system, being alive on the inner body. Okay, from here, everybody, from your calf stretch, if you can, take that forward bend. Then from here, stepping off the calf stretcher, put a bend in your knees, engage your lower belly. Imagine there's an anchor on the tip of your tailbone, and it's going to pull straight down in between your heels. So imagine this anchor is really heavy, and this anchor pulls down, lower belly draws in and up as you start to curl up one vertebra at a time. Notice the knees are bent, lower belly strong. The last thing that raises is the head. Then you press through the legs, pressing through the legs. Coming into Tadasana. And just notice how you feel. One of the most powerful ways to tap into the inner body, into your inner body, is to give yourself time to notice how you feel. From here, everybody, now, after that long calf stretch, coming into Tadasana, letting the feet be a little hip width apart or even a little bit wider. Put a little bit of a bend into the knees. Engage your lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. So that's about 1.5 inches below your navel. You want to draw straight back. And then from here, you should notice that neutralizes your pelvis. That helps to create a narrowness in the front pelvis and an openness in the back. So I still have my knees bent a little bit. I'm going to pretend that anchor's pulling straight down in between my heel bones, and I want to press through the legs as I come to stand, so that I'm not pushing through the back of the knees. You don't want to do that. That blocks the flow. And from here, take a moment just standing and noticing how you feel. Noticing the aliveness in your feet. Like tuning in and feeling it. Your feet on your mat. Toe tips. Noticing right foot, left foot. But noticing the aliveness in your feet. And then from here, begin to notice the aliveness in your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your center. Your center. And that's how we'll really officially start. Widen the legs a little bit. Now, putting a bend into the knees, let your hands rest on your lower belly. So notice I have springy legs. So I'm purposefully bending the knees, so I have to work the legs a little bit different. I have to work the muscles. And now engaging lower belly, neutralizing the pelvis, allowing the tailbone to draw straight down in between your heels. This is horse stance in Qigong. So there's a widening, and you should feel like you're really working your legs. And pause here for a moment, and just feel it. Feel the aliveness and the power in your legs. The power in your legs. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. So with the knees bent, engaging lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. So you're working here. Nobody knows you're doing anything. It's all hidden, you know. The tailbone draws straight down in between your heel bones. Spine is vertical. So it should feel like you're sitting on a horse, because that's why they call this horse stance. Becoming aware of the space. The space. The space all around you. The space all around you. Now become aware of the space behind you. The space behind you. Backbone, elegance, power, confidence, the space behind you. Breathe into it, feel it, whatever that means. The space in front of you, becoming aware of the space in front of you. Adventures yet to come. talents yet explored, opportunities that are coming your way, adventures that are chasing you, talents yet explored, the space around, the space in the front of you, the space to the right of you, right shoulder, right elbow, right side body, corresponds with creativity, clarity, focus. The space to the left of you, left shoulder, left hip, left side body, confidence, focus, clarity. And then become aware of the space that's below you. Feel the groundedness below you. Still keep those knees bent, and I know that they start to get tired. So it's working your legs different than regular yoga. And you want to pretend like you're sitting on a horse too. So there's a widening. There's a widening in the pelvic floor. And to hold on to that horse, you have to press the mound of the big toe, second toe. Become aware of the space beneath you. Feel the support that's always there for you. So much of our yoga and our Qigong practice, it's really about what happens below the surface, below your mat, not what happens on it. So feel that your practice is bigger than the room you're in and deeper than you can even imagine. And then from here, become aware of the space above you. It is your birthright and your legacy to know that you are loved, adored, guided, and protected. The space above you. Knowing that the best is yet to come. And then from here, becoming aware of the space all around you, behind you, in front of you, to the right of you, to the left of you, above you. Let that lead to the space within you. Inner body, inner energy field, inner power, inner focus, inner love, inner adventure, inner peace. Become aware of the space within you. And then from here, everybody, we'll do some tap, 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 just to awaken. So we start by tapping on the tummy. Tapping the tummy builds center, helps to harmonize digestion, helps to boost metabolism. So it's really important for strong immune system to have good digestion, good elimination. So guess what? You're doing your work right now. So tapping the tummy. And then from here, and I still have my knees bent and I'm in horse stance. So from here, tapping up the midline. Tapping up the midline. Tapping a little bit into the chest. Side ribs. So really important that we really bring some love to the ribs, the lungs, front lower ribs. So you really want to tap all around there. And then from here, tapping the breastbone, stimulating the thymus, boosting immune system. And then from here, we're going to tap, tap, tap on the top of the head. So as you tap, tap, tap on the top of the head, you want to tap all around. Spirit connection, great ideas, clarity. Also good just for getting like the sinuses, like clearing congestion in the head. Physical congestion, but also emotional congestion, right? You can even lightly tap the cheekbones. Really good for sinuses. Lightly tap the temples. And then from here, everybody, then we're going to tap, tap, tap it, taking the right arm out. The right arm is going to come out, the palm is down. And then from here, I'm using my left hand. I'm going to either cup it or soft fist, and I'm going to take it to the side of the neck, top of shoulder. And then from here, taking it down this right arm. So I'm going to take it down the arm. I'm stimulating the bone tissue. I'm tapping the tissue. Then we're going to tap above the elbow joint, below the elbow joint. Then we're going to go just all around there a little bit. We want to spend some time there. Working around the elbow is really good for the immune system and clearing toxic heat. So just an agitation. So just tapping above, below the elbow. You're like, okay. And then from here, sometimes you'll even notice your own body getting warm because it gets things moving, releasing. Then from here, tapping down the forearm, and then lightly in the back of the hand, lightly. And then give yourself a hand. Acknowledge how far you have come. Now turning the right palm up, now I'm going to tap, tap, tap it up the forearm, up the biceps, into the chest. Both sides, into the chest. You really want to work up here. Lung meridian starts below the collarbones, outer, lower. So below the, right below the outer edge of the collarbones. But you also want to tap all around the collarbones because everything drains under there. So the best thing for the immune system is just to keep this open, that subclavian under the collarbone zone. Then from here, we'll tap, tap, tap left side. Left arm comes out, palm down. Right hand, soft fist or cupped hand, start on the side of the neck. Top of shoulder. Down the arm. And then we did a little bit of elbow. Spend some time here. Above the elbow. Below the elbow. And then above and below. So just working all around the elbow, boosting immune system, clearing toxic heat. This is good. This is good. They say the chi gets caught like around the joints. So anything we can do to keep the joints open, we will. And then tapping down the back of the forearm, then lightly tapping the back of the hand. Lightly. Because it's different there, delicate. And then give yourself a hand. Acknowledging how far you have come. Acknowledging the great things that are happening now that maybe we don't know about yet. Then from here, left palm is up. Now tapping up the underside of the forearm, tapping up the flexors. This is the yin channels. So you're tapping up the heart protector meridian. So just by tapping up the arm here helps to calm the mind, nourish the heart. Keep tapping up, coming back into the chest. Under the collarbones, side ribs, front lower ribs, all around, you know, whatever you can get to. Then from here, taking it back down to the tummy. Taking it back down to the tummy. Now from here, everybody, widen your feet a little bit. Widen the feet just a little bit. And then from here, now place the hands in the low back. Now you're tapping your kidneys. Boosting energy in your whole body. To me, this is the battery pack. So you really want to get into those kidneys. And then from here, taking it down the buttocks, taking it down the buttocks. Hamstrings. Calf muscles.
Tops of feet, front of shin, above the knee, taking it up the legs, back into the tummy. Then from here, outer hips, taking it into the outer hips. IT band, tapping down the leg, outer shin, tops of feet, inner shin, inner calf, lower inner thigh, tapping up inner thigh, coming back to your center. Letting hands rest on your center. Knees bent slightly. Engaging lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. So that neutralizes your pelvis. The tailbone draws straight down in between your heel bones. Not in front of them, that would be like tucking your tailbone. Not behind them, that would be too sway back. So you're trying to find that place for you, which is straight down. And so for everybody, it's a little different. But you want to feel the strength. And as you find that, you want to get a sense of the pelvic floor, the pelvic walls, all lifting up into your center. It's where Mula Bandha and Uddiyana Bandha come together in the Hara. Pause here and just feel it. Feel the space all around you, but really start to feel the space within you. Inner space, your inner energy field. Inner power, inner beauty. All the goodies are on the inside. From here, everybody, practice breathing in and out through your nose. Even imagine that there's a piece of tape over your lips. The best mask you can wear is your nose. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Breathing in and out through the nose. And breathing gently, gentle, relaxed. Make it easy and relax. And then from here, beginning to extend through the legs without pushing through the back of your knees. Let your arms release. Let your shoulders move. Well done. Well done. And pausing. From here, now we'll take this into our old friend, wall clock. So you've got your wall there. From here, we'll start by placing that right arm up, straight up, or whatever you can do. But that's 12 o'clock-ish, right? But then from here, you want to still drop your anchor. So bend the knees a little bit, engage your lower belly, drop your anchor, drop your tailbone. So you're not just, you know what I mean? So you're like still in your center. And I'm still trying to work my core. So good luck, everybody. So 12 o'clock, pausing here, gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. So it's gentle, powerful through the nose, not mouth. From 12 o'clock, bringing the arm back to 1 o'clock, whatever that might be, right? Whatever 1 o'clock is. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. From 1 o'clock, taking it back to 2 o'clock. or something like that, right? Wherever it is. Engaging lower belly, gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. You know what else I like to do? I like to take my other hand, so that would be my left hand, and I'll press it into the wall, and that's a good reminder to help to keep the ribs in, so I don't jut the ribs out. Try that. If you don't, you're probably doing it already, because it's natural. So you want to keep the ribs in. Then from here, you can take it down to 3 o'clock, and to me, that's my 3 o'clock. I'm not sure, you know. But it's parallel-ish to the floor. From here, you want to take the front lower ribs. I'm pushing in. Gentle breath in. Relaxed breath out. Then from here, I'm going to take my right hand, turn the palm up now, pressing that little finger edge into the wall. I'm even going to pretend like somebody's holding my right wrist and kind of pulling my right wrist away from me as I drag my right shoulder forward. Nobody could even tell you're doing anything. This is a nice myofascial stretch, but it's really good for opening up the lung meridian, the brachial plexus, the rotator cuff, and you can even pivot your feet just a little bit away from the wall. And now, anyway, you can feel that. I don't even have to tell you what you feel. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Big stretch. And then from here, as you're ready, releasing, noticing the difference. So this is where you really tap into the medicine. So before we go to do the other side, feel what you did. Notice the aliveness. The aliveness. The aliveness. The more alive we are on the inner body, the stronger the immune system. What a blessing we have such a good yoga practice. Aren't you grateful for your practice every day? Then from here, second side. Left arm is up. Bend a little bit. Neutralize your pelvis. Drop your anchor. So I'm really trying to pretend like there is an anchor and it's pulling down, because that creates a counter force where you can lift the low back more. The more you can ground your tailbone, the more that can be a springboard to help lift the low back. And then you can take that right hand, fingertips or palm, in the front of you. I mean, just experiment and try. So you're at 12 o'clock, but we paused here. You want to open up that side body, open up that left rib, left lung, left rib cage. Gentle, relaxed. There's a lot to feel in that inner body, isn't there? There's a lot of medicine, a lot of wisdom right within your own body. Then from here, from 12 o'clock, now moving the arm back to 11. So you're going back to 11. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. From 11, taking it to 10, or something, whatever, right? Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. No matter how many years you've been doing yoga, I'll tell you, it's always these fundamental poses and things we do that really carry the medicine. I remember learning this in probably one of my first yoga classes. And it's never ceased amazing me. And then from 10, taking it to 9 o'clock. Lower belly, lower belly. And you're like, okay, now you can turn that left palm up, pressing that little finger edge into the wall. Pretend like somebody's dragging your left arm back as you drag your left shoulder forward. It's like nobody could even see that you're doing it, but you can feel it on the inside, or try to feel it. And then from here, you can even pivot your feet a little bit away from the wall. And boy, that gets in there deep, doesn't it? Lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. And you want to stay there long enough to feel it. And then from here, as you're ready, releasing and letting your shoulders move. And just noticing. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. taking time to feel the aliveness in your body. And sometimes you'll even notice you'll feel this aliveness in your whole body, and you almost feel like you're just luminous. Sometimes I'll only feel the aliveness in my feet. Sometimes I can barely feel it anywhere. So just notice what you're feeling right now. I'll tell you what I have noticed. The more that I practice tuning into the inner body, the more luminous it becomes, and the more powerful that connection. That's really what gives you that ability to take your meditation practice with you everywhere. Because you can have that inner body connection, not only when you're sitting in meditation or doing your yoga, but when you're driving your car, waiting in line, feeling inner body. From here, we're going to do the first side one more time. But it's not going to be, we held everything. It'll be a little bit more like a flow. Or if there's a spot you need to pause at, then pause at it. But starting at 12 o'clock, dropping your anchor, engaging lower belly. So as you bring the arm up, that helps to keep the low back and ribs lifting. And then against that opposition, you drop your anchor, your tailbone. Boy, always interesting, isn't it? Then moving back to 1 o'clock. Just a couple breaths. 2 o'clock. Couple breaths. Feel the aliveness, your feet. And then palm up, palm parallel to the floor, pressing into the wall, rolling the thumb open, dragging that right shoulder forward a little bit. You can pivot away from the wall a little bit. You can even turn your head towards the wall, away from the wall. I like to kind of just move it and see where I need to be. But I'm really trying to press into the wall a lot. You press into the wall, it's going to press back. It creates a counter force, and that helps to strengthen the bone tissue. And with the palm up, you're actually opening up the heart meridian, which means you'll be calmer, less anxious, harder to push your buttons. That's nice, isn't it? Then from here, as you're ready, slowly coming back, noticing. A lot to feel. Yeah, and don't rush it. Because even though we've already done this before, do you notice that when you repeat it, it's like it's deeper. It's so much deeper. Second side, lefty side. Left arm goes all the way up. So the low back's lifting, the left rib cage is lifting. Now against that opposition, we want to drop your anchor. So the tailbone draws down, and that's a springboard for the low back. And this is a good yoga practice in and of itself. Finding a little piece of wall, you can do it anywhere. This little production has saved my life. Then from 12 o'clock, moving it back to 11. Dropping your anchor. Noticing. Breathing into the sensation. Feeling your inner aliveness. Even if sometimes it feels like your inner stuckness. Even if you're like, God, I just feel so stuck. Guess what? That's the aliveness. You're doing the work. And then moving it back towards 10 o'clock. Couple breaths. But really feel them. And then bringing the arm parallel to the floor, turning the palm up, pressing that little finger edge of the wall into that little finger edge of your hand into the wall, roll the thumb open. So that's a nice external rotation. Then from here, dragging that left shoulder forward as you pivot just a little bit away from the wall. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. And then from here, as you're ready, release. And taking time to notice. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Good work. Good work. Good work. Then from here, everybody, we'll take this into shower pose. Interlacing your hands. You're going to go back to the wall. Press your forearms into the wall. and then step back. So that's a great pose. I'm pressing the forearms into the wall and trying to engage the armpits even. Armpits lift, melting through the heart. Gentle, stay there. Gentle breath in, just for another couple breaths. Relaxed breath out. It's a good pose, isn't it? Shower pose. Then from here, as you're ready, letting your shoulders move and just noticing. Good work. Then from here, everybody, you can take your interlaced hands and you can bring them down into the mat. Pressing the forearms down, engaging lower belly, melting the heart, and coming into a forearm down dog. Engaging lower belly. Such a nice pose. It's a very powerful inversion. From here, you can stay here in this forearm down dog, or you can even walk the feet back, coming into forearm plank. Engaging lower belly, lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. And even really working your feet, noticing what that feels like to really work your feet. Working the toes really helps to support the low back. And then from here, you can take that back into that forearm down dog. Oh, so nice, isn't it? And then from here, as you're ready, slowly coming down. Give yourself a breather. Well done. No one can do your work for you. And you should be proud of yourself. You're doing good. You're doing very good. From here, this is not a command, but if you want, you can take that upside down. You can take your, you can take that into Headless Headstand. Turning to face the wall. Hello there. You can, from here, which is great, you can stay here, powerful inversion, or you can step a leg up and practice your hops. Practice your hops. So you can keep practicing your hops and even take that upside down if you want. But it's not headstand because you want your head free. The head will be free, so you can just move your head, no pressure on the head, because we really didn't warm up for headstand. So either doing, with breaks, your forearm down dog inversion, or taking that upside down into Headless Headstand. So whatever. And it's just have fun with it. And you want to practice, if you're practicing your cosmic hops or those light little hops, the important part to practice with that is being springy and resilient. It's not even so much about trying to get upside down. It's just practicing the hops. See, that's a great thing to practice because that teaches you how to fall. It teaches you how to fall and teaches you how to land, and it strengthens your bone tissue. Just that, just practicing that. Just one more minute, whatever it is you're practicing, whether it's the forearm Headless Headstand or the forearm down dog. And then from here, when you feel complete, then coming down. Good work, everybody. Good work. From here, everybody, we're going to take this into our core work. Because I was thinking of what are the most important things for our immune system and for our mind. So, deep connection to center. That's always important. So from here, everybody, we're going to take our belt and place this down on the mat. This belt is going to go directly behind your back lower ribs. See where I have this? It's going to be there, but I'm going to be laying down on my mat. So I'm going to put this belt here. And then I'm going to take this lock and put that there. You're like, well, that's nice. Then from here, you're going to come and lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. This block is going to go directly behind your head, so you've got this block pillow. And then from here, so that by lifting the head a bit, it's going to help you get more center. It's going to help you find your core a little bit deeper. But if the block is too high, you can always use a folded blanket. But it's nice to have some sort of support under the head for this part. And then from here, but I love the block. So if you can use your block, use your block. Then from here, now I've got this belt. I'm holding one end of this belt in my right hand, one end of the belt in the left hand. Notice this. How I can just easily, see this? I can just easily pull this. But that's not what we want. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to try and take my front ribs and press back. Pressing back to the belt, and then from here, pressing down to the mat. Now when I try and do that, notice this. I can't move this belt. If I'm not pressing, notice that? It's like this. So we want to stabilize. So I'm in the back lower ribs. I'm going to push down and away with my feet just a little bit, taking this belt directly behind my back lower ribs. Can't move it. That's what you want. Then you want to stay stable there. And what I like about using the belt is that it's a tactile cue, and I can always test myself. It's like, okay, I'm still pressing back. Then from here, you bring your arms down along your side. Your arms are going to come down along your side. You want to spread through the fingers a bit, like you're doing down dog, a little bit of a down dog feel. Keep pressing front ribs to back ribs to the belt. And I'm going to tell you, you don't have to do anything else. You can stay right here, and you're doing some pretty good core work. You're driving do you notice as you're doing this? If you're pressing back towards that belt, you're driving the breath into the back of your back. You want that. Notice if I'm not pressing back on the belt, the breath is shallow and in the front body. We want to move it into the back body. So that's moving it into the inner body. That's like taking it deep into the inner body. Pushing down and away with your feet, breathing into the back of your back. Boy, it's a good pose, isn't it? Then from here, you can take your legs straight up towards the ceiling. You want to spread through the toes as you press back on that belt. And just pausing here. You feel it? There's a lot to feel. And then from here, as you're ready, now take your right leg, take it down halfway. Right leg comes down halfway. You're like, okay, now bring it up halfway from there. Well done. Keep pressing back on the belt. Now bring that right leg down anywhere you can, but you can still press on the belt. And then slowly bring that leg up. This is harder than it sounds, isn't it? Keep pressing back on the belt, second side. Left leg comes down halfway. Pressing back on the belt, bring the leg up halfway from there. Then from here, pressing back on the belt, now bring that left leg down anywhere you can, but you can still press back on the belt. And then slowly bring that left leg up. Ah, well done. Now we have one more minute. So I'm looking at my watch to see what time is it. Okay, we have a minute. Keep pressing back on that belt, and you can take this into single leg lifts, hesitating leg lifts, and that's what we did. We were doing that hesitating leg lift, taking it down, lift it up, take it back down, bring it up. And you can even do both legs together. But you want the range of motion to be, you don't want to overdo the range of motion, because the most important part is to keep pressing back on the belt. So when I'm doing both my legs together, I can really only take them maybe to there if I'm doing it really honestly, where I really feel that in my core. But anyway, you've got 30 more seconds, class. Hope you're having fun. My favorite are the singles. Now you're going to notice that you should start to feel something, I don't know, trembly, deep work in your core. To me, it feels like a little bit of a burn too, but you know it's good. So you should be feeling that. There should be no pain in your low back. If there is, you're going too, you're moving too much, and there shouldn't be any pressure in your face. So you want to really practice pressing down on the belt so the pressure is in your lower belly, the burn's in your belly, not your face or your jaw. Anyway, you're like, well, that's nice. What time is it? 3, 2, 1. Good work. Good work. Then from here, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Pressing back on the belt. And just pausing there. Feeling that. Driving the breath into the back of your back. Breathing down to the tailbone. And then from here as you're ready. And remember, you can always stay right here. You can stay right here. You don't have to do anything. Do you feel the work that's going on here? It's like nobody knows you're doing anything. Oh, I love that pose. Then from here, now, bringing the legs up into tabletop, or, tabletop-ish. Even that's, do you feel that? The work in that? And then from here, pressing back on the belt, now extending your right leg out like a little dart. Pressing back on the belt, draw the right leg in, left leg out. And you're just doing this, it's really yoga crisscrosses, but you're working from your center. Yoga crisscrosses from your center. Now, from here, if that's okay, you can press down. If you can press down on the belt so much you lift your head, you can take this into classical yoga crisscrosses. Let's see. And just for another, keep going, class, 45 more seconds. Is that a command? Absolutely not. But even as you're doing your yoga crisscrosses, you're pressing back to the belt. Makes it harder, doesn't it? Are you still feeling that trembly core work? Keep going. Okay. Well done. Then from here, give yourself a breather. Knees bent, feet flat on the floor, pressing back to the belt. And you want to pause here, and you want to feel it. You want to breathe. Notice how this is driving the breath into the back of your back. And notice that if you press down and away with your feet, do you see how that'll help lengthen the breath too? Literally lengthening the breath. You know why else this is good? Because by taking the ribs down like this, pressing back to the belt, you're nourishing your stomach and your liver. When we get agitated or anxious or angry or feel threatened, the first thing we do is jut the ribs, flare the nostrils. It's like a defensive stance. So it's like we're moving back into our power. Like nothing, to me the message of this is that nothing is worth losing your center over. So it's like if you catch yourself kind of getting into that defensive, agitated, reactive mode, just pull it back to your center. Sometimes you can catch yourself from misbehaving, which is always good. Then from here, we are not done yet. Then from here, now we're going to take this block out from under the head. Now taking this block, it's going to go medium width in between the knee end of the thighs. Now you want to interlace your hands behind your head. You're going to notice it's a lot harder to press on this belt without that lift. So I've got to work a little bit harder to try and press on the belt, and I am even going to test myself to see. No, see, look at it, I'm not doing it. So from here, I thought I was doing it. So then I'm going to squeeze the block, press on the belt. There it is. Oh, good luck, right? So test yourself and see if you can still press down on the belt even without that block under your head. Yeah, it's a challenge. And then from here, everybody, pressing back on the belt, now you want to now squeeze the block. Find a nice little squeeze. And then from here, as you inhale, gentle breath in. As you exhale, squeeze that block just a little bit. Inhale, there's a widening, but you're still in that zone of resistance. Exhale, squeezing the block. So now we're working the inner core. This is our gateway to the inner core, because it's really all about this inner body work. Next time you got a nice squeeze on the block, pause there. Pressing back towards the belt, you can stay right here, or you can do obliques. Pressing back on that belt, you can curl and peel and lift that right elbow up. Coming back down. Squeezing the block, peeling and lifting left elbow, shoulder up. Pausing, squeezing as you come down. And continue. Just finding a nice rhythm. Pressing back on the belt, curling up. And continue. Now you're working the obliques. How about 30 more seconds? Yeah, 30 more seconds. And if you're like, I've had enough of that. If you've had enough of that, just pause here and just do some nice little squeezing on the block. Almost there. And it's not even about how many reps you do. It's really the quality of your work. Have you noticed that? It's not like you can do one good rep, and boy, you'll feel it. And last round. Good job. Pausing, pressing back towards the belt, reconnecting as you squeeze that block. Squeeze, release. Now you're working the kidney meridian, the spleen, and liver meridians as you squeeze this block. All this is good immune system work. All of this. It's like we have to keep these channels open. Then from here, now taking this block out from in between the knees, now taking this block low underneath the hips. I've got it low and wide, and I'm placing it under my hips for a nice bridge pose. Oh, isn't that great? The belly can release. It's like, easy, gentle. Great pose if your back feels a little bit tweaky or something. This is one of my favorite back bends. Now, you're like, well, I'm feeling pretty good here. So if you want, you can take that block, you can turn it up medium. You can see, okay, nice supported bridge pose, curl the shoulders under, pressing the head back a little bit. The gaze should be up. So I'm pressing the head back a little bit, just a little bit. Gaze is up. Then from here, you're like, well, that's all right. Then you can turn that block up even higher if you want. Placing that under the sacrum. What's nice about if you can't, lifting it up high, because you can really curl your shoulders. You can really curl your shoulders under. And then from here, everybody, you can stay here, or you can take this into any back bend you like. If you wanted to take this into Urdhva Dhanurasana, full back bend, the wheel, do that, or stay right here. Or you're like, well, I liked that other back bend better. So go back to a back bend you like. And one more minute to work on your back bend. Whatever it is you're doing. Whether it's supported with the block or active without it. Just one more minute. And then we'll get ready to cool down and take Shavasana. Back bends are nice, aren't they? So good. Well done, everybody. Well done. From here, as you're ready, now we're going to prepare. We'll do one round of Supta Padangusthasana, and that'll lead us into Shavasana. From here, lying on your back. Now you're going to want to have your belt, close by, having your belt close by. Lying on your back, drawing your right knee up in towards the chest. Left leg is straight, just pausing there. You can do some circles with the thigh bone. Here's the thing, everybody. You've got to be really creative in your yoga practice. Begin to notice the areas that feel a little bit tighter. Like, just be creative. Like, start to notice the poses in between the poses. You know, give yourself more time. That might be what's nice about practicing on your own. It's like you can really give yourself more time. Like sometimes, I'll just pause and just be like, whoa. Like you just know you need to pause. So know that you can do that anytime. And then from here, we're going to take the belt, place it around the foot, and I'm holding both ends of the belt in my right hand. Holding both ends of the belt with the right hand. Engaging the right shoulder blade, extending through the leg, like just really working it. Engaging lower belly, lower belly, lower belly. And I'm even still trying to pretend like I'm pressing back on that belt. Then from here, take your right leg out to the right. Now, if I didn't have that wall here, I would take it more. But actually, this feels nice. So taking that right leg out to the right, gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Then from here, bringing that right leg up. Now, switching hands with the belt. Now I'm holding both ends of the belt with my left hand, and I'm going to take this right leg across center, and then stretching that arm out. Supta Padangusthasana, one of the best yogic hip openers and twists. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Then from here, bringing that right leg back up to center. Now, hugging your knee back into the chest. Lengthening through the back of the neck. You can stay right here. Such a nice pose. Or you can take this into half bug pose, holding the little toe edge of your right foot with your right hand. It's good for flushing the groins. Kind of really good for moving the lymph. So any bug pose, happy baby pose, that's a good pose to do in your routines, in your home practices. From here, if you want, you can even extend the leg out to the side. I'm still holding that little toe edge of the foot. Such a good pose. Then from here, as you're ready, releasing. And taking time to notice. Has anything changed? Can you feel the inner aliveness? Can you feel your inner work? It's like you have to tune into it a little bit. It's worth your time and trouble. Then from here, second side, hugging the left knee in towards the chest, lengthening through the back of the neck. You can draw some circles with the thigh bone. Because sometimes when you're doing this, you might need to do this longer. Like if you find a spot that you need to work or just pause at, do that. Yeah. Supta Padangusthasana is one of the classics. I'll tell you, all the medicine is in the fundamentals. Then from here, now placing the belt around the ball of the foot, holding both ends of the belt in the left hand. Engaging the left shoulder blade a little bit. So I'm just drawing it down just a little bit. And then engaging lower belly. Now taking that left leg out to the left. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Then from here, bringing that left leg back up to center, switching hands with the belt. Now you can take that left leg across midline. And you can even take it to roll on your outer right hip. Now I got this wall here, so I'm not taking it all the way over, but you can. I will tell you though, it feels pretty good to have a wall there too though. Takes you to a in-between spot in this pose. And then from here, and I'm not rushing you, but when you're ready, you'll bring that left leg back up. Good job. Hug knee into chest. So coming back, hugging the knee into the chest. Pausing and feeling. Inner body. Inner aliveness. Inner vitality, inner love, inner wisdom. The goodies are on the inside. The answers, the medicine. Then from here, half bug pose. Holding little toe edge of left foot with left hand. Good groin flush, good immune system pose, good hip opener. Then from here, you can extend that left leg out to the left. Isn't that great? Doesn't it just feel fantastic? Wherever you're at, just feel how fantastic your yoga is and how fantastic you are. Then from here, as you're ready, well done. Coming back in and releasing. Noticing. Noticing. You did the work. No one did it for you. No one did it for you. From here, as you're ready, everybody, can you begin to get ready for Shavasana? Final relaxation. You can bring your legs up the wall. You can lie flat on your back. You must be comfortable. You must. You must. As you find your comfortable Shavasana, whatever it is, allow the front brain to release to the back brain. Front brain releases to the back brain. Front brain releases to the back brain. Back brain releases down to the tailbone. Tailbone releases down to the center of the earth. Allow your whole body to be 10 times more relaxed. Front brain releases to the back brain. Back brain releases down to the tailbone. Tailbone releases down to the center of the earth. Allow your beautiful eyes to sink deep, deep, deep into the sockets. The skin of your temples melts down towards the earth. Your front lower ribs soften. You can even press them down a little bit and then relax them. Because you don't want to make it up, you don't want to hold them down, but press, 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 then relax. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. How deep can you go? Inner body, inner love, inner strength, inner adventure. How deep can you go in the next few minutes? If your attention begins to wander, just bring it back to the breath. Bring it back to the moment. Enjoy your own company. How deep can you go in the next 2 minutes? Can you allow yourself to have the deepest 2 minutes of your life? Nothing else matters. Enter a zone beyond time and space. Gentle breath in, relaxed breath out. Feeling the support that's underneath you, the support that's always there. It's always there. It's always there. Allow your body to become 10 times more relaxed. It's always there for you. It is your birthright. It is your legacy to know, not wonder, to know that you are loved. Feel the love. You are loved. You are adored. You are guided. And you are protected. The goodies are on the inside. No matter what's happening around you, always come home to the inner body. And good work. Now class, I'm going to leave you in Shavasana or meditation because there's no hurry. And if anything, if any pose we should really work on is our Shavasana and meditation. And I'm proud of you. You're working hard. And this too shall pass, because boy, I sure miss seeing you. But it's interesting, can you feel our connection? We're all in this together. I never really felt it like I do right now. So thank you. And thank you to Moksha Yoga. What a blessing, what a blessing, what a blessing. So many blessings. And you are the greatest blessing of all. With gratitude and great respect. So don't get up, you can stay down. Namaste.